Welcome to my channel. Old valuable coins. The Sacagawea dollar was first introduced in the year 2000 to replace the Susan B. Anthony dollar. It was designed to celebrate Sacagawea, the Native American Shoshone woman who played a vital role in helping Lewis and Clark on their historic expedition across America. The coin is made of a golden-colored manganese brass alloy that gives it its distinctive look. The obverse of the coin, or the front side, features the portrait of Sacagawea carrying her infant son, Jean-Baptiste. The reverse side shows a soaring eagle surrounded by 17 stars representing the states in the Union at the time of the Lewis and Clark expedition. The 2000 D Sacagawea coin was minted at the Denver Mint, and the letter D mint mark can be found on the coin just below the date on the obverse side. The Denver Mint produced over 518 million Sacagawea dollar coins in the year 2000, making it one of the most common issues of this series. However, not all 2000 D coins are created equal. Some have unique characteristics that make them much more valuable to collectors. When collectors look for rare and valuable 2000 D Sacagawea coins, they pay close attention to details such as strike quality, color tone, luster, and most importantly, mint errors or die varieties. One of the most famous and valuable Sacagawea coins is the 2000 P Cheerios dollar, which has an enhanced tail feather design on the eagle. While that coin was minted in Philadelphia, not Denver, the existence of that special version made collectors take a closer look at all 2000 Sacagawea coins, including the 2000 D issue. For the 2000 D Sacagawea dollar, some examples have been found with striking errors such as off-center strikes, double die obverses, die cracks, and missing edge lettering on later issues. Some of these error coins have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on condition and rarity. Always check both sides of your Sacagawea coins carefully under good light or with a magnifier to spot any unusual features. Mint state coins, those that have never been in circulation, are especially sought after. The 2000 D Sacagawea coin in pristine condition, graded MS67 or higher by professional grading standards, can fetch a premium price. Coins that have brilliant, strong golden color and sharp details with no scratches or contact marks are particularly attractive to collectors. In the coin market, condition plays a major role in determining value. A circulated 2000 D Sacagawea dollar might only be worth face value, but a flawless uncirculated or high-grade coin can be worth several dollars to even hundreds in the right circumstances. Another key factor that adds to the Sacagawea coin's popularity is its beautiful design and historical significance. The portrait of Sacagawea by Glenna Goodacre was created to honor her bravery, leadership, and role in American history. Interestingly, the model for the design was a young Shoshone woman named Randy L. Hedau Teton, who represented Sacagawea's spirit and legacy. The reverse design by Thomas D. Rogers shows the eagle in flight, symbolizing freedom and peace. Collectors also look for differences in surface color and toning. Some 2000 D Sacagawea coins develop a unique golden brown tone over time, which can make them visually appealing and sometimes more desirable to numismatists. Even subtle variations in the color of the metal can make certain pieces stand out. Another interesting fact about the 2000 D Sacagawea dollar is its presence in space history. In 2000, 11 of these coins were carried aboard the Space Shuttle Columbia on mission STS-93. These coins later returned to Earth and were given to the US Mint as part of the promotion for the new dollar coin, adding another layer of significance to this coin story. When it comes to value, let's talk about some real examples. Most 2000 D Sacagawea dollars in circulated condition are still worth around $1. However, coins in uncirculated or high mint state grades can be worth anywhere from $5 to $50 depending on the condition and market demand. Rare error coins or coins with strong strikes can go even higher. Some examples with major minting flaws have sold at auction for several $100s. For collectors who focus on varieties, it's worth examining the edges, the details in Sacagawea's hair, the eagle's feathers, and the lettering around the coin. Any doubling, missing details, or unusual marks can indicate a rare variety. The Denver Mint has been known to produce strong strikes, but occasionally small mechanical issues lead to collectible differences. When collecting Sacagawea coins, storing them properly is important. Keeping them in protective holders or coin flips can help maintain their condition and prevent scratches or tarnish. Avoid cleaning coins, as cleaning can reduce their value. Collectors prefer coins with original surfaces and natural toning. Over the years, the Sacagawea series expanded into what's known as the Native American Dollar Program, which began in 2009. Each year since then, the reverse design has changed to honor Native American contributions to U.S. history. But the 2000D Sacagawea dollar remains special because it was the very first release in this series. Many collectors started their Sacagawea dollar collections with the 2000D coin, and it continues to be a cornerstone piece. Even though it was mass-produced, its historical significance, design beauty, and the possibility of rare varieties make it a must-have for any US coin collection. If you come across a 2000D Sacagawea coin in your change, take a moment to inspect it carefully. Look for any unusual features like doubling, misaligned strikes, or surface cracks. A small error could make your coin worth much more than face value. Even coins in mint rolls or sets can contain hidden gems that are valuable today. First up, the 2000p Sacagawea dollar was minted at the Philadelphia Mint and represents the very first year this coin was ever produced. It was designed to honor Sacagawea, the Shoshone Native American woman who helped guide the Lewis and Clark expedition in the early 1800s. On the obverse, or front side, we see Sacagawea facing slightly to the right, with her infant son Jean-Baptiste on her back. The design by artist Glenna Goodacre captures the strength, courage, and spirit of Sacagawea as she played a key role in one of America's most important explorations. The reverse side shows a soaring eagle designed by artist Thomas D. Rogers Sr., symbolizing freedom and the promise of a bright future. This coin was intended to replace the Susan B. Anthony dollar and reintroduce the dollar coin into everyday use, but despite its beauty, the public never fully embraced it. Still, for coin collectors, the 2000p Sacagawea dollar remains a fascinating and valuable collectible. Millions of these coins were struck, but certain varieties and conditions can make them worth far more than face value. Let's talk about the details that make the 2000p Sacagawea coin stand out. The Philadelphia Mint produced about 767 million of them, which seems like a huge number, but many were used in circulation, scratched, or damaged. Only the ones that survived in pristine, uncirculated condition are worth the highest prices. A coin graded MS-67 or higher by professional standards can be valued from hundreds to even over $1,000. But what makes this coin especially interesting are the rare minting errors that occurred in 2000. One of the most famous varieties is the Cheerios dollar. Before the coin was officially released to the public, General Mills partnered with the US Mint to include a special 2000p Sacagawea dollar in select Cheerios cereal boxes as part of a promotional campaign. Around 5,500 of these coins were distributed, but here's the catch: the design on the reverse eagle was slightly different. The tail feathers had extra detailed lines and stronger features compared to the standard circulation strike. Because of this small design difference, the Cheerios dollar became one of the most sought-after modern coins in the world. Some of these coins have sold for more than $5,000, and in perfect condition, they can reach prices above $10,000 at auction. There are also other error varieties to look for in the 2000p Sacagawea dollar series. Some coins have struck through grease errors, where parts of the design appear faint or missing because grease clogged the dies. Others show die cracks or planchette flaws, which can increase their collector appeal. In very rare cases, some 2000p Sacagawea dollars were mistakenly struck on experimental planchets, for example, coins with a slightly different color, texture, or metallic composition. These unusual pieces can bring thousands of dollars when authenticated. When you examine your 2000p Sacagawea coin, always look for strong details, clean surfaces, and full luster. Coins stored in mint sets or sealed packaging from the US Mint often have the best quality. If your coin has mirror-like surfaces and sharp details, it may qualify as a proof-like example, which can make it more desirable to collectors. Another interesting fact about the 2000p issue is the role it played in America's coin design evolution. It was the first US coin made with a special manganese brass alloy that gives it a distinctive golden color, not made of real gold, but still shining beautifully. The Mint wanted to create a coin that stood out from other denominations and would not be confused with a quarter. Even though it never became widely used in everyday transactions, it became a favorite among collectors and history lovers. Over the years, coin enthusiasts have continued to search for unique variations. Sometimes, coins that look ordinary under normal light reveal hidden differences under magnification, such as doubled lettering, misaligned dies, or even partial collar strikes. Each of these varieties can dramatically affect value. Always inspect both sides carefully, including the date, mint mark, and the fine details around Sacagawea's hair, the baby's face, and the feathers of the eagle. Collectors also appreciate coins with a strong strike and clean edges. A coin that has no scratches, no discoloration, and shows original mint luster can be worth far more than one that's been circulated. Even though the 2000p Sacagawea dollar is common, finding one in perfect mint state condition is becoming harder each year. As time passes, these coins naturally disappear from circulation, making high-grade examples more valuable. Some collectors build full sets of Sacagawea dollars from 2000 through 2008, and they always start with the 2000p issue because it's the very first. Others focus only on era varieties or promotional coins like the Cheerios version. The combination of a powerful historical figure, beautiful design, and collectible variations makes this coin a standout in modern US minting history. If you have rolls of dollar coins or old change from the early 2000s, check each one carefully. The mint mark P4 Philadelphia is located on the front, just below the date. You might discover a coin that appears ordinary but could be one of the rare Cheerios dollars or another valuable era type. Some collectors even look for coins with strong die rotations, where the back design is slightly twisted when flipped, which can also bring premium value. Now, let's talk about the historical and symbolic meaning behind this coin. The Sacagawea dollar was more than just currency. It was a celebration of Native American heritage, women's contribution to history, and the spirit of exploration. The soft golden hue represents optimism and honor. Sacagawea herself became a symbol of guidance and resilience, and placing her on the coin marked a historic moment for representation on US money. When people first received the coin in change in the year 2000, many saved it as a keepsake rather than spending it. That's why uncirculated examples still exist today. But only a small portion have survived in the highest grades, which explains why collectors compete fiercely for those in pristine condition. In the collector market, prices fluctuate depending on demand and grading. As of recent trends, a regular 2000p Sacagawea dollar in circulated condition is usually worth about $1, but in mint state grades MS66 or better, the value can rise to $50, $100, or more. The Cheerios variety, of course, remains the superstar, fetching thousands at major auctions. Another variety related to this series is the 2000p Goodacre presentation dollar. Artist Glenna Goodacre, who designed the Sacagawea portrait, was paid her $5,000 fee in specially struck 2000p coins with a special satin finish. Only about 5,000 coins exist in this finish, and they are highly prized by collectors. If you happen to see a coin with an unusual silky surface texture and strong strike, it could be one of these rare presentation pieces. The Sacagawea dollar also paved the way for later Native American dollar designs that began in 2009, featuring rotating reverse designs celebrating different aspects of Native American culture and history. But the 2000p issue remains the original, the coin that started it all. Now we will explore the United States Mint introduced the Susan B. Anthony dollar to replace the Eisenhower dollar, aiming for a smaller, lighter coin that would be easier to carry and use in vending machines. However, many people confused it with the quarter because of its similar size and color, which led to limited circulation and low popularity. Despite that, this coin has become a favorite for collectors today because of its short production run and unique varieties, especially the ones from 1979 that include some fascinating minting errors and valuable versions. The 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar coins were minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia coins have no mint mark, the Denver coins carry a small D, and the San Francisco coins are marked with an S. Each of these mint marks can have a big impact on the value, depending on the condition and rarity of the specific strike. Collectors often look for the 1979 S-Type 2 proof coin, which has a clear S mint mark and sharper details. This particular proof variety is highly desirable and can command a premium among coin collectors. Most 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollars you find in circulation are worth only their face value of $1. But certain coins in pristine, uncirculated, or proof condition can sell for much more. For example, coins that have never been used, stored safely in mint sets, or graded as high quality by experts can reach values in the hundreds or even thousands of dollars, especially when they feature strong strikes, clean surfaces, and no wear marks. The higher the condition, the more valuable the coin. If you ever come across a 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar, it's worth taking a close look to see if you might have a rare or special variety. One of the most famous varieties is the 1979 S-Type 2 proof coin, which has a distinct mint mark that appears clearer and more defined compared to the Type 1 version. The Type 1 proof has a more blob-like S, while the Type 2 shows a sharper, more refined S. Collectors love this distinction because the Type 2 proof was struck later in the year with improved minting technology, making it scarcer and more desirable. Depending on its condition, A Type 2 proof coin can be worth significantly more than a standard 1979 proof coin. Another aspect collectors watch for is minting errors. Some 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollars display striking errors, off-center designs, double strikes, or die cracks that make them stand out from the regular issues. These errors are rare, and depending on their type and visibility, they can make a coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars to the right collector. For instance, an off-center 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar or one with a double rim error can attract serious attention in auctions and online marketplaces. When looking at your coin, pay attention to the rim, the lettering, and the overall finish. Coins with sharp, full details and strong luster are always more valuable. Proof coins have mirror-like fields and frosted designs, while regular circulation strikes look duller and show signs of wear. The coin's design itself is full of meaning. The obverse features Susan B. Anthony's portrait, surrounded by 13 stars, the word liberty, and the motto "In God We Trust." The reverse shows an eagle landing on the moon, inspired by the Apollo 11 mission insignia, symbolizing America's spirit of exploration and achievement. Even though the Susan B. Anthony dollar was not widely loved when it was first released, it's now seen as an important piece of American history. Its story is a mix of innovation, controversy, and symbolism. It represents both progress and lessons learned in U.S. coinage design. The coin's production initially ran from 1979 to 1981 and then briefly again in 1999 before the Sacagawea dollar took its place. Because of this limited run, the 1979 coins mark the beginning of a short but interesting chapter in the evolution of the American dollar coin. If you're interested in collecting Susan B. Anthony coins, it's a good idea to learn about grading and storage. Always handle coins by the edges, never touch the surfaces directly, and keep them in protective holders to prevent scratches or fingerprints. Keeping your coins safe helps preserve their condition and long-term value. The shine, details, and quality of your coin will all play a role in determining its collectible worth. Let's talk a little about value ranges. A typical circulated 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar from Philadelphia or Denver is usually worth $1. However, an uncirculated example might bring in $2 to $5, while high-grade mint state coins can fetch $10 to $30 or more. The San Francisco proofs are more valuable, especially the Type 2 proofs, which can sell for $50 to $300 depending on the grade. Error coins, as mentioned, can go for much higher, depending on rarity and demand. Collectors often seek complete sets that include all three mint marks and both proof types. Building a full set is a fun and educational way to appreciate the artistry and history behind this coin. Every 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar tells a story, not only about American coinage but also about the struggle for equality and representation. It's a symbol of change and recognition for women's contributions to U.S. history. Over time, these coins have gained respect and appreciation, even though they were initially unpopular. Many people now realize that the Susan B. Anthony dollar represents an important milestone, the first time the U.S. Mint featured a real historical woman on a circulating coin. That fact alone makes the 1979 edition historically significant, beyond its metallic value. Collectors today often treasure it for what it stands for as much as for what it's worth in dollars. If you're sorting through old change, coin rolls, or inherited coin collections, keep an eye out for 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollars, especially those with sharp details, uncirculated surfaces, or proof finishes. Look carefully for the mint mark under the date. A clear S could point to a proof coin, while no mark means Philadelphia and a D means Denver. Also, keep an eye out for unusual features or imperfections. Those can sometimes mean your coin is one of the valuable varieties. Coins in original mint packaging or proof sets are particularly desirable. If you find one in a plastic holder with a mirror-like surface and frosted design, it's likely a proof coin, possibly from the San Francisco Mint. Such coins were never meant for circulation, so they often remain in excellent condition. Even after decades, their luster and detail remain beautiful. The 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar might not be made of silver, but its historical and collectible value makes it shine in the world of U.S. coinage. It's made of a copper-nickel composition, weighing about 8.1 grams, and has an 11-sided inner border that gives it a unique appearance. That distinctive shape was designed to help distinguish it from the quarter, although the public still found it confusing at the time. Even so, collectors today appreciate its unusual shape and the story behind it. From its small size and bold design to its powerful symbolism of equality and women's rights, the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar stands out as a modern-era collectible that continues to inspire. Whether you're a beginner learning about US coins or a seasoned collector expanding your collection, the Susan B. Anthony series offers a great mix of history, affordability, and potential hidden value.